During the 1940s, audiences could expect the best comedy films to involve a group, trio, or duo. One of the best comedy duos were Abbott and Costello. They played off each other so well and had such fast timing with their jokes that it was impossible not to laugh. In this video, I want to take a look into their career and what made them so iconic. Anyone who knows these two can bet that I'll be showing their infamous Who's on First routine. As always, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and click the bell to stay notified of new content. My partner Joe loves Abbott and Costello, so we had a lot of fun editing this. Also, please like and share the video, and please join our Patreon page. All links are in the description box below. I'm Big Rob, and here's a look into the career of Abbott and Costello. Enjoy.
Tell me the guy's name on first base.
Who?
The guy playing first base.
Who is on first, Lou?
What are you asking me?
Bud Abbott, who was born William Alexander Abbott, was born into a circus family. While he was managing burlesque houses, he studied some of the biggest comics of that era. This included W.C. Fields, Burt Lahr, and the duo of Bobby Clark and Paul McCullough. He would perform with a number of partners before meeting Costello, perfecting his image as the straight man. Lou Costello greatly admired Charlie Chaplin and moved to Hollywood in 1927 to work as a stuntman, where he performed stunts in films like The Trail of 98. When talking pictures became prominent in 1929, Costello moved back to New York to gain some theater experience. He began working in burlesque during the Great Depression, where he would meet Bud Abbott and occasionally team with him before they made their pairing official in 1936. They would perfect routines on stage before catching a break with singer Kate Smith's radio show called The Kate Smith Hour. It was on this radio show in 1938 that Abbott and Costello's famous Who's on First routine was introduced. This helped them land a Broadway musical called The Streets of Paris 1 year later. Following the success of this show, they were signed to movie contracts with Universal Pictures. Their first picture with the studio was One Night in the Tropics, which showed the duo in more of a supporting role. They even showed a shortened version of the Who's on First routine. Their big break came in 1941 with the release of Buck Privates. This turned Abbott and Costello into big-time movie stars, and the film was one of 3 the duo performed with the Andrews Sisters. They were a close harmony singing group known for hits like Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. The success of Buck Privates made Abbott and Costello the number 3 box office stars of 1941. For 16 years, between 1940 and 1956, the duo would make 36 films together. This included classics like Hold That Ghost, Who Done It,
This is murder.
Murder.
Pardon My Sarong,
Hey, Algie.
What?
Look at a chicken over here.
Well, that's
Chicken. What a chicken. Algie.
They're shipwrecked, and you'll be lap-wrecked at this uproarious riot starring Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
The Time of Their Lives,
I thought you were a ghost.
What a predicament for chubby Lou. He's a
Buck
ghost
Privates
boy,
Come
a
Home,
relic from Revolutionary days.
Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man, and The Naughty 90s, which showed a more complete version of Who's on First. I'd like to show you this famous sketch. I guarantee you're going to love it. Enjoy.
Now, try it to the right. Yes, sir.
My bunny!
Up to the ball game, take me
with the crowds. Buy me some peanuts, popcorn,
Beautiful package of Pepper Jacks here.
Pepper Jacks. Will you keep quiet, Sebastian?
Excuse me, please.
Sebastian, please. Don't interrupt my act. Sebastian.
Oh, Mr. Broadhurst, I didn't see the lights there. I forgot about them.
What in the world are you doing? Why interrupt my act like this?
Well, look, Mr. Broadhurst, I mean, after all, if you're in a ballpark, they always sell peanuts and popcorns and things like that.
I know that, Sebastian, but not in front of him. I beg his pardon, friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, and also the children, will you excuse me for a minute, please? Thank you.
What do you want to do?
Look, Mr. Broadhurst,
What are you doing?
I love baseball.
Well, we all love baseball.
When we get to St. Louis, will you tell me the guys' names on the team so when I go to see them in that St. Louis ballpark, I'll be able to know those fellas?
Well, now, is it all right, folks? All right.
Excuse me, I want to find out the fellas' names.
As long as it's okay with the
I'm
audience.
crazy about baseball.
Will you stand still? Pick up your hat. Go pick up your hat.
Okay.
Now, look. Then you'll go and peddle your popcorn and don't interrupt the act anymore?
Yes, sir.
All right. But you know, strange it may seem, they give ball players nowadays very peculiar names.
Funny names?
Nicknames, pet names.
Not as funny as my name, Sebastian Dinwiddie.
Oh, yes.
Funnier than that?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Now, on the St. Louis team, we have who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
That's what I want to find out. I want you to tell me the names of the fellas on the St. Louis team.
I'm telling you, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
Do you know the fellas' names?
Yes.
Well, then who's playing first?
Yes.
I mean the fellow's name on first base.
Who?
The fellow playing first base for St. Louis.
Who?
The guy on first base.
Who is on first?
Well, what are you asking me for?
I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, who is on first?
I'm asking you who's on first.
That's the man's name.
That's whose name?
Yes.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
Who?
The guy on first.
Who?
The first baseman.
Who is on first?
Have you got a first baseman on first?
Certainly.
Then who's playing first?
Absolutely.
When you pay off the first baseman every month, who gets the money?
Every dollar of it. Why not? The man's entitled to it.
Who is?
Yes.
So who gets it?
Why shouldn't he? Sometimes his wife comes down and collects it.
Whose wife?
Yes. After all, the man earns it.
Who does?
Absolutely.
Well, all I'm trying to find out is what's the guy's name on first base?
Oh, no. What is on second base?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Well, don't change the players.
I'm not changing nobody.
Take it easy.
What's the guy's name on first base?
What's the guy's name on second base?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
He's on third. We're not talking about him.
How did I get on third base?
You mentioned his name.
If I mention a third baseman's name, who did I say is playing third?
No, who's playing first?
Stay off of first, will you?
Well, what do you want me to do?
Now, what's the guy's name on third base?
Well, what's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
He's on third.
There I go, back on third again.
Well, I can't change their names.
Will you please stay on third base, Mr. Broadhurst?
Now, what is it you want to know?
What is the fella's name on third base?
What is the fella's name on second base?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know. Third
Third
base. You got an outfield?
Oh, sure.
St. Louis has got a good outfield?
Absolutely.
The left fielder's name?
Why?
I don't know. I just thought I'd ask you.
Well, I just thought I'd tell you.
Then tell me who's playing left field.
Who is playing first?
Stay out of the infield!
Don't mention their names out here.
I want to know what's the fella's name in left field.
What is on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who is on first?
I don't know. Third base.
Oh, take it easy. Take it easy, man.
And the left fielder's name?
Why?
Because.
Oh, he's center field. He's center. Will you pick up your hat, please? Pick up your hat and
Look.
stop this. Oh, look,
Mr.
please.
Broadhurst.
Yes.
Wait a minute. You got a pitcher on the team?
Wouldn't this be a fine team without a pitcher?
I don't know. Tell me the pitcher's name.
Tomorrow.
You don't want to tell me the date?
I'm telling you, man.
Then go ahead.
Tomorrow.
What time?
What time what?
What time tomorrow you're going to tell me who's pitching?
Now listen. Who is not pitching? Who is on?
I'll break your arm. You say who's on first?
Why come up here and ask?
I want to know what's the pitcher's name.
What's on second?
I don't know.
Third
Third
base.
base. You got a catcher?
Yes.
The catcher's name?
Today.
Today. And tomorrow's pitching.
Now you've got it.
That's all. St. Louis has got a couple of days on the team.
Well,
That's
I
all.
can't help that. All right. What do you want me to do?
Got a catcher?
Yes,
I'm a good catcher, too, you know.
I know that.
I would like to play for the St. Louis team.
Well, I might arrange that.
I would like to catch. Now, I'm being a good catcher. Tomorrow's pitching on the team, and I'm catching.
Yes.
Tomorrow throws the ball, and the guy up bunts the ball.
Yes.
Now, when he bunts the ball, me being a good catcher, I want to throw the guy out at first base, so I pick up the ball and throw it to who?
Now, that's the first thing you've said right.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Well, that's all you have to do.
Is to throw it to first base.
Yeah.
Now, who's got it?
Naturally.
Who has it?
Naturally.
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 Okay.
Now, you've got it.
I pick up the ball and I throw it to Natural.
I know you don't. You throw the ball to first base.
Then who gets it?
Naturally.
Okay.
All right.
I throw the ball to Natural.
You don't. You throw it to who?
Naturally.
Well, that's it. Say it that way.
That's what I said.
You did not.
I said I throw the ball to Natural.
You don't. You throw it to who?
Naturally.
Yes.
So I throw the ball to first base and Naturally gets it.
No, you throw the ball to first base.
Then who gets it?
Naturally.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not saying that.
Excuse me, folks.
All right, I'm sorry, friend.
I throw the ball to
You
Naturally.
throw it to who?
Naturally.
That's it. Well, say it that way.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't get excited. Now, don't get
I
excited.
throw the ball to first base
Then who gets it?
he better get
That's
it.
it. All right, now don't get excited. Take it easy.
Now I throw the ball to first base. Whoever it is drops the ball so the guy runs to second. Who picks up the ball and throws it to what? What throws it to I don't know. I don't know. Throws it back to tomorrow. A triple play.
Yeah, it could be.
Another guy gets up and it's a long fly ball to because. Why? I don't know. He's on third and I don't care.
What was that?
I said, I don't care.
Oh, that's a shortstop.
This time period wasn't all great for the duo. In 1945, the pair hit an obstacle when Abbott hired a domestic servant who had been fired by Costello, who then refused to speak to Abbott except when performing. Abbott would eventually make things better by naming Costello's charity, which was a foundation for underprivileged children, the Lou Costello Jr. Youth Foundation. Another obstacle came in the form of Costello suffering a relapse of rheumatic fever. This would not hinder their success, however, and the duo would make a transition to color films. Their first color film was Jack and the Beanstalk, which was produced by Universal but distributed by Warner Brothers. This partnership between the two studios continued with another Abbott and Costello hit, Abbott and Costello Meet Captain Kidd. By the end of their run at Universal, the duo moved to television and would appear on the Colgate Comedy Hour. What made this show unique was that each show was a live-hour vaudeville in front of an audience. This led to the two being given their own show called The Abbott and Costello Show. The show lasted 2 years, consisting of 52 episodes. One of their most famous running gags would be Abbott trying to get Costello to get a job. Here is one of those sketches called Loafing.
Just as I... What is this all about? What's the matter with you? I'm out all day long looking around for work. Do you ever go out and look for work?
Well, certainly I was
Am I the only one that's going to do all the work around here?
I was working. I was reading a comic book.
Reading a comic book. That don't feed you, my friend.
Hey, wait a minute.
That don't put food in the icebox.
Wait a minute.
Ah, don't give me that wait a minute stuff.
Yeah, but I think I heard something I don't know.
What?
Did you say you were out all day working?
I was out there looking for a job.
Did you get it?
Yes, I got a job.
Well, good
I had to get a job. You don't want to work.
What are you doing?
I got a job in a bakery.
Good. What are you doing there?
Loafing.
That's...
Oh, boy.
What are you doing?
Loafing.
Where?
In a bakery.
You working?
Certainly.
Doing what?
Loafing.
Well, that's what I was doing here. I was just taking it easy. I was loafing.
No. That kind of loafing. You're just a lazy idiot. Not this here kind here.
I was taking it easy, same as you.
I work when I loaf.
How can you work and loaf at the same time?
Why not?
Can you do that?
That's what they pay me for.
They pay you for what?
To loaf.
How did I pay you for loafing? You're in a baker's store, you gotta do
I'm in
something.
a baker, so I'm loafing there.
You just go to work in a baker store and you don't do a thing. And
Oh,
they pay
yeah,
you for
sure,
it?
yes.
How much they pay in a baker store for loafing?
$1.50 an hour.
For loafing?
The union man. I belong to the union.
I'm loafing here and getting a nickel for it.
Well, you're not supposed to get any money for that kind of loafing.
Well, can I loaf there, would you?
I should say not. You've got to join the union.
I gotta join a union of loafers?
You can't loaf without belonging to the union.
Well, what do you think of that?
Well,
You mean I gotta join a union in order to loaf?
Well, certainly.
Don't say nothing, but I was loafing here without the union.
No, you aren't loafing here. You can't loaf here. You can't loaf here. You got no dough.
I got no dough. That's why I'm loafing, because I got no dough.
Oh, no. If you had dough, you could loaf. But then you'd have to get a card and join the union.
You mean you gotta have dough to loaf?
Oh, sure. How can you loaf without dough?
That's very hard. I've been trying to. You can't do it. I mean,
You can't do anything.
I can't retire right now. I gotta have a job.
Someday, come down to the bakery. I'll show you how to loaf. I do real loafing. In fact, you know, I never told you this. My whole family were loafers.
No kidding.
Sure. My father was a bigger loafer than me.
He was?
Yeah, he was one of the best loafers in the family.
I think you're a better loafer than your father.
Oh, I know that now, because he taught me how to loaf.
You know you're a bigger loafer than your father. Huh?
Oh, sure.
You're a bigger loafer than me, too, ain't you?
Well, you're no loafer.
I'm not.
No, certainly not.
But you are.
You're just a lazy, no good for nothing, whatever you
How
call
can I be lazy? You just told me I'm no loafer. You're a loafer, not me.
But I get paid for loafing, you don't.
That's what I don't understand. Working in a bakery store, I'm getting paid $1.50 an hour for loafing.
That's right.
This, I don't understand, Abbott.
You don't understand? What is there to understand?
I don't understand you working and loafing and getting paid for it.
Wait a minute.
Can I get a job there doing the same? No, I can't get a job there.
Got to belong to the union.
All you do is talk, and that's all I hear. You don't say nothing, loafing.
I don't say anything.
No.
Look, you go to the union. You get a card. You go to the bakery. They give you dough. You need the dough first.
I need the dough, and how I need the dough? We need dough to get something nice.
I need the dough in order to loaf.
I need the dough in order to loaf. But give me some dough, and I'll get something to eat in the joint.
Can't get any dough. You
Poor
can't.
Bingo, I don't know what I'm going to do to him. He's going to look for other parents.
Bingo.
Believe me.
Wait a minute.
I want to ask you just one thing.
What?
What makes a balloon go up?
Hot air.
What's holding you down? I pulled a joke.
Now, just a minute. Get your coat. Go ahead. Get your coat. I'll take you on. I'll get you a job someplace.
During the mid-1950s, Abbott and Costello saw their popularity start to wane as the duo of Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis became popular. They made their last film together in 1956 called Dance With Me, Henry, before ending things 1 year later. Lou Costello would die of a heart attack on March 3, 1959, 3 days shy of his 53rd birthday. Bud Abbott would pass away on April 24, 1974. He had attempted a comeback with Candy Candido, but it just wasn't the same without Costello. One interesting thing to note is that Abbott and Costello were parodied in 3 Looney Tunes cartoons. My personal favorite was called A Tale of Two Kitties, with cats named Babbitt and Catstello. This was also the first cartoon featuring Tweety Bird, so I highly recommend checking out this cartoon on YouTube. I also recommend looking up the Abbott and Costello cartoons made by Hanna-Barbera in 1966, where Bud Abbott would voice his animated self. I hope everyone enjoyed this look into one of the biggest and funniest comedy duos in cinema history. They provided laughter during terrible times like the Great Depression and World War II. Joe and I would like to thank everyone who watches this video, and we encourage everyone to check out our other videos. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and to support our Patreon page. We look forward to bringing all of you on our next adventure. Take care.